back with more STL TV Live. Thanks for joining me. I'm Ivy Hartman, and with me now is Wendy Menghini. She's the co-chair of Jammin at the Zoo, and we're gonna talk a little bit about this big annual event that you guys put on. There's 2 Jammin at the Zoo dates that we want you to remember.
Wednesday, July 27th, and Wednesday, August 24th.
Awesome. So tell us, okay, if you've never been to Jammin at the Zoo, what is Jammin at the Zoo?
It is a fantastic event. It's a 21 and older event.
Okay.
Basically, people come out, they enjoy a night of looking at the animals, walking around the zoo. They have wine tasting. They have a little bit of beer, other beverages, and then you also have a little food selection.
Awesome.
So there are also a variety of fantastic bands that usually come out, and we usually have a really large crowd. Tons and tons of fun, and a good way to come out and support the zoo.
That's great. It's a fundraiser for the zoo, and those dates are Wednesday, July 27th, and Wednesday, August 24th.
Yes.
Now, Wendy mentioned there's great music. That's another great reason to go. There's going to be 4 different
Absolutely.
bands performing at various places there at the zoo. Okay, so you've been in years past. Tell
Yes.
us the highlights of being there.
Well, I mean, you get to meet, tons of fun people.
Yeah.
It's a large crowd. Last year, a couple of the events, we had like 3,000 at each event. So really a lot of people. And the stuff is spread out around the zoo. So really when you kind of do the tasting, you walk around the zoo, you enjoy sort of the scenery, the animals, run into people you haven't seen in a really long time, and listen to generally at least 4 really good bands.
Great bands. Great bands. Okay, I'm sure we've whet your appetite a little bit about which bands are going to be there. Well, you'll have to stay tuned because after our break is when we're actually going to break the big news of which bands are going to be performing at Jammin at the Zoo this summer. So, how do we get tickets?
Well, you go online, www.stlzoo.org/Jammin, I believe. And you order them online. It's best to order them in advance. Just kind of makes your entry a little bit easier. You can get in that night, either the south entrance or the north entrance. No problems.
Awesome. Now, you want to purchase tickets are free, basically, if you're a zoo member. Now, if you're a non-member, there's a small charge. But then online, you want to reserve your spot, and you want to pay for a tasting package, which is going to help pay for your wine tasting. Then there's food and all that other stuff there for you to get when you win it.
But the wine tasting is generally what most folks come out for, and that allows you to walk around to all the different vendors and then sample their various wines. And then they'll have wines actually for sale as well if you really like a bottle or something that you've found. And there's also individuals who are there who kind of explain a little bit about each of the wines and kind of walk you through and let you try things and kind of experiment and figure out sort of what you like. So there's a little bit of education to it as well.
I love that because then it's not as intimidating for us wine novices out there, you know?
Exactly. No, you can get a little bit of wine education as well as, a good time. The
other thing is, if you'll notice, there's a list of all the wineries that will be represented on the website at stlzoo.org/Jammin. And there's something like 25 or plus wineries from all over. So we're not talking about just Missouri wines.
No.
Everywhere.
A great variety of wines, by a variety of different vendors. And then Macy's, I think, is going to do some fun things this year with some live models. And I think you'll be able to access something on one of their wristbands that takes you directly to the designer's website. So that'll be kind of fun and interesting and a little new this year.
That is great. Has Macy's partnered with you guys in the past?
For this event, I believe they have.
Yeah, so this is a big deal. So the Jammin at the Zoo, presented by Macy's, is coming up Wednesday, July 27th, and Wednesday, August 24th. You can get in for free if you're a zoo member already, but you want to reserve a spot or a tasting package online by visiting the website stlzoo.org/Jammin. We're going to be back more with Wendy in just a moment. I know you want to find out who's performing at Jammin at the Zoo. We'll be back with that. But you can also keep up with all kinds of performances and other great events going on in St. Louis and around the St. Louis area by friending us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can always watch us streaming live on stltv.net. We want to be accessible to you and each and every other person within the viewing audience. And being online, we've got an international audience.
Exactly.
I wonder how many people will fly in for Jammin at the Zoo.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
I would say.
Why not? Tell your friends. Jammin at the Zoo. We'll be back more with Wendy in just a minute. Don't go anywhere.